In breaking news, a Qantas plane sent to rescue Australians from Wuhan has touched down in the coronavirus-affected city. The plane landed at 9:20 p.m. local time at 12:30 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time after Chinese authorities granted clearance for it to fly in from Hong Kong. More than 200 Australians are expected to board the plane in Wuhan before flying to Darwin, where they are due to arrive on Sunday morning. The plane had been held up in Hong Kong for more than 24 hours after China's authorities delayed entry into Wuhan. Australians who'd gathered at Wuhan Airport on Friday were told by the Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade to return to their accommodation. On Saturday, they were told to return to the airport by 6 p.m. local time in preparation for their flight to Australia. And a workers' village in Darwin is ready to receive about 200 Australians, those that are likely to be moved there. Matt Cunningham has more.
If all goes to plan, authorities are hoping that they can have the evacuees from Wuhan in the workers' village here on the outskirts of Darwin by about 9 a.m. on Sunday morning. But there have been delays trying to get a rescue flight into Wuhan. Chinese officials stopped that flight going in there on Friday night. The Australian officials were hopeful to get that flight into Wuhan on Saturday night and then bring these evacuees into Darwin. When they do eventually arrive, they will be taken to the Darwin RAF base, then they'll be put onto buses and bussed out here to this workers' village. Now, this is a site that the federal government has now chosen as the second quarantining site after Christmas Island was used to bring in the first two plane loads of evacuees. Christmas Island is now considered full, so they've moved on to Plan B here at the Darwin Workers Village. That has raised some concerns in the community. As you can see, it's a pretty busy area. There's plenty of cars going past. I spoke to Jerry Wood, who's a local MP here. He said that there are some parents concerned from the local Good Shepherd Lutheran School. In fact, there were some parents who were considering pulling their children out of that school on Monday. Now, there will be a meeting held at that school with parents and health officials on Monday morning. But Jerry Wood said that one of the reasons for the concerns is that not enough consultation was done before the decision was made on Friday afternoon to bring those evacuees here.
There are fears a child being quarantined on Christmas Island could have coronavirus. The child has undergone testing after developing symptoms. Her results are now being analysed in Perth. If they are positive, she would be the first person in the group of 300 people being held on the island to be diagnosed. The nation's Deputy Chief Medical Officer says at this stage it's no cause for alarm.
That person is well, certainly not a serious illness at this stage. They have been further isolated from the other people that are on the island, and the appropriate steps in infection control and indeed clinical care are being taken.
The global coronavirus death toll has now risen to 724 after another 81 fatalities in China. The latest deaths have been recorded in Hubei province, where Wuhan, the outbreak's ground zero, is located.